Hi, this is Yuan from Minerva. This video is a presentation of the version 2 of our Office connector for Aras Innovator. This connector provides you with a lot of features inside your main Office application like PowerPoint, where we've built ribbon dedicated to the interaction between the Office application and Aras Innovator to make it easier to manage files inside Aras Innovator. So we added this ribbon for each Office application, which is either PowerPoint, Excel, or Word. So we have the same ribbon on each application. The basic thing that you can do is, for example, add a document to Aras Innovator. So if I write a document, I just say, so I'm logged in here. You can log with the Active Directory or directly on the instance with your classic way of connection. And I can add this document to Aras Innovator. I will access the different documents that are already in the file, and from this I can say, okay, I want to add the file to an existing document, or I can also create a complete new document by saying I add a new item. You fill in the document, so the document number is a mandatory field. And this is the same form as the one you can have in Aras Innovator, with the same information that are taken from Aras. And once you save it, it creates the document item type. And from this you can add your file. So when it has been done, you now have the ability from any other computer to play with this file and modify it if you have the Office integration. So once it is in the system, you can see that the ribbon has changed, and you can now use the different features that are integrated in our connector. So you still have the information that your document is related to Aras, is managed by Aras. You still have the opportunity to open other documents. You can add the file attached to another document in Aras Innovator. You can open the item form that we've just saw. You can detach the document from Aras if you want, for example, to export it to another system. You can lock it for modification, save, unlock when it's done. One of the new features we have is the ability to synchronize fields between Aras Innovator and the Office application. So for example, in this document, if I want to add, for example, who created, when the document has been created, we just put that, and it will be always synchronized. So for this property, it may not be the best one, but if we select, for example, generation, for every save, if I save, and I do the same for the document, I will then be able to synchronize it and make sure that if, for example, I print the document, I have the up-to-date version or generation on the document. The other thing that we've put, because it was requested by some customers, it was to add some information and be able to manage what information I want to show here. And for that, we have a whole a lot of settings that we can play with. So let's see the settings. So you have a menu that says, okay, you are connected. You have different settings like the preferred extension that you want to use. There is no issue with that. If you want to work with doc or docx, it doesn't change anything for us. So as I was just saying, you can customize the ribbon with some information coming from the item type. So for example, here you may want to put the name of the or let's take something that we don't have, the last modification, so modify it on. And we will be able to have it updated in the ribbon. Here it is. See if I get back to the settings, I have some information about visualization. There is a tab about the install of the connector, because the relationship with the file, which is basically the one between document and file, can also be managed through other things, like in a problem report we have the relationship with the file. We can manage that with the customer and with this integration, and everything will be installed through the connector, so you don't have other program to run. So that helps a lot to install the system. And of course there's a licensing part for it. One of the important things we wanted to make sure that was working in this connector, it's the fact that every time in the PLM you mainly want to start from the PLM and then work on files that are attached to your product definition, and not going from the Office application to the PLM. So what we wanted to make sure is, for example, if you go in the design and you take a part from this definition, you want to make sure that you can start a new document using, for example, the company templates. So on these parts, I will start a new document. Let me just close on my application, even if it doesn't. There's no issue with that. I just want to make sure you see when the Office application is opening. So for example, for this part, I will add a document. So I create a new document. The document form opens up. I put a random number, demonstration. So that's the example where I create a newsletter, for example, and I have a template for this newsletter. And I want to make sure that my user always use the same template. So I have newsletter here. I select start from template. I save it. And I can then say action start document from template. So you can see the Office application starting with your template, and you already have the name of the document from Aras Innovator. And you can then use your file and define whatever you want. And once you've done your changes, you can just say unlock. Do you want to save? You save the document. So it is now in your Aras Innovator database and ready to be used by other people. So this way of working is available for Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, and Microsoft PowerPoint, and that makes easy to manage those files related to Aras Innovator